In this video, we will be looking at rounding off, and this is especially a maths lit video. Now, you are probably aware of two instances where we can round down. That's the one instance, and where we round up. So that's the other instance. Now, in this case, we will be looking at contextual questions. So not the typical rounding up, rounding down, but in context. Okay, when we round down, there are two instances. In the first instance, we do this for cash payments at a till. Okay. So what happens here is you get a final amount of maybe 60 Rand 49 cents. So this is an example. And we do not have 1 cent or 2 cents anymore. This is not, it doesn't exist in South Africa anymore. So you have to now round off this 9. And we're not going to round up. We are going to round down. Why? Well, because the shop cannot charge you more than the actual price. Okay, it's nice, it makes sense. They care for you, they're not allowed to charge you more than the actual price. So rounding off, you are only going to pay 60 Rand 45 cents, because yes, we still have 5 cents. All right. In the case of rounding up, there is only one instance, and this is where you have pre-packaged items, or if I put it in other words, it's like objects sold in set quantities, so you can't change the amount. All right, let's look at an example just to see what I mean. Okay, in this case, I need maybe 28 eggs, yes, to bake 5 cakes. How many dozens of eggs do I need to buy? Remember, now it's sold in a set quantity. Eggs are sold in dozens, and if you remember, or if you know, here are my dozen eggs. A dozen eggs is 12 eggs. Okay, there you go. Now it's a typical division sum, right? I need 28 eggs, and I divide it into dozens. How many dozens are going to come out of there? 2.3. Put that in your calculator. That's 2.3 dozen. However, we need to round up. Otherwise, I won't have enough eggs. So I can't round down to 2 eggs, 2 dozen. I can't have that. So I need to round up to 3 dozen to ensure that I have enough. Yes, I will have some extra eggs, but it's okay. At least I have enough. All right, let's look at another example or another instance when it comes to down. So this is the second instance, and you will see that this has to do with questions where there is limited space. All right, let's do an example. So they say that we have here a wall that is 6.2 meters wide and a mirror that covers the length of the wall, and the mirror is 40 centimeter wide. How many mirrors can fit along the width of the wall? Okay, in this case, I'm going to draw the wall. Here, it's just a normal square wall or rectangular wall, and the width is 6.2 meters wide, or if you convert that times by 100, 620 centimeter wide. Okay, and we have some mirrors that fit in here. They fit along the length, so it means they are the same height basically, and we just don't know how many we can fit in here. the width of one mirror is 40 centimeter. So how many 40s can fit in? So it's a simple division sum again. If I have 620 available and I want to know how many 40 centimeters can fit in there, I'm going to divide. You will get something like 15.5, and these are the mirrors. Okay, so think about it. You can now fit 15 mirrors in here. However, one of the mirrors will go over the space of the wall. And you can't have that because a wall is a wall, it's a barrier. So you can't have that extra decimal. And in the case, you thus have to round down. Okay, so if I round down, I can only fit 15 mirrors. Okay, once again, why? Because 15.5 won't fit. Right, you have extra. So in another example, just to see how it works, let's say we need to transport 550 people by bus, and a single bus can carry 30 passengers. So what case do we have here? We have the case where we round up. Why? Because we are dealing with a set quantity. What does that mean? In our case, this bus can only, or each bus can only carry 30 people. And I can have as many buses as I want, right? So that's not limited, only the fact that it has to be a set number. So I have 550 people. I have 30 people per bus. That's why I'm dividing, you see. Now I round that, or I calculate that, and I get something like 3333 as a decimal. In this case, we said I have to round up to 19. If I don't round up to 19, I can say here otherwise. If I don't round up, some people gets left behind. So I need to make sure everyone gets a space on the bus. Okay, I cannot round down to 18 buses because then some people will be left behind. Now, why don't you try 2 questions on your own? We have one here and we have another one here. So you can pause and just look at it, and then I will put the answers in the description. All right. Here's that first question. Here's that second question. And remember to share, like, subscribe, become part of the Whiteboard SA team.